Just a Kiss, Chapter 25. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. If you haven't enjoyed the previous 24 chapters, you can find a link to them in the description box below. Don't forget to like this video so Nathaniel can afford art supplies, and leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm so this video can be shared and promoted. If you don't know what to comment, put secret hideout. Please enjoy Just a Kiss, Chapter 25. Nathaniel Kurtzberg. Never mind the strangeness in Chloe leading him through the bourgeois hotel, hand in hand. Nathaniel was absolutely bewildered that she'd gone this long without opening the present. Was this real? Was he finally losing it? Too much paint in art class? Here! Chloe pointed to a cupboard with a sparkle of excitement he'd only seen during New York Fashion Week. Not wanting to be called a fool, Nathaniel narrowed his eyes and reached for the door handle, tugging it as he maintained eye contact. Her grin widened when the door swung open, and Nathaniel, with a sigh, turned to look. His skepticism betrayed him. In the seemingly normal cupboard in a hotel hallway was a tunnel, dark and a bit narrow for an adult, but Chloe ducked in before he had a chance to study it. "Chloe!" he exclaimed. "Come on!" her voice echoed back. "You'll have to leave behind your jacket, though." Nathaniel looked at the bag. His gift inside, she'd discarded, and sighed. He took off his jacket and slid the bag handles over his shoulder, twisting it to rest against his back as he crouched onto his hands. He wasn't leaving behind paychecks worth of brand name in the hallway, security cameras or not. Thankfully, it was a straight shot. It was too dark to see and too narrow to reach back for his phone to use as a flashlight. After hitting his head a few times, echoed by Chloe's laughter, he felt the space open up before lifting his head. Light stung his eyes as Chloe turned on her phone, searching for something, but he couldn't make out anything until... "Watch your eyes," she laughed, and he recoiled as he heard a click, hitting his head a fourth time as he tumbled away from the light. "Okay, he coughed, realizing the more he moved, the more dust mites assaulted him. He was sure to sneeze a new record tomorrow. "This is my secret base." She spun around, twirling like she wanted to show off a new dress. A secret base. As bewildered as he was, Nathaniel bit back a smile so she wouldn't sink her teeth in. As obtuse as Chloe could be, it was mostly in front of an audience. The way she treated Sabrina when no one was around, or so she thought, gave him whiplash when they were younger. It wasn't an excuse, of course, but he'd studied Chloe for years now, and he never ran out of fascinating tidbits and questions he'd loved to discuss with a therapist. "I see." There was a poster of Adrian on the wall, dated from a time before they'd met, as well as that American guy from High School Musical. Her childlike smile, free of masking, tightened, and he realized he may have hurt her unintentionally. "It's kind of dorky, but," she shrugged, "it was fun when I was little." "Yeah," he put a smile on. "I would have loved something like this when I was younger." "Really? A secret base?" Nathaniel laughed, then stepped closer to slide an arm around her chest. "Who wouldn't?" She kept her gaze on him as he looked down, and Nathaniel realized his burning face had nothing to do with the room temperature. Now, more than ever, he wanted to close the distance between their lips. "Crazy. No, don't do that." "Wait, other kids wanted that too?" Are you kidding me? The dream treehouse, no girls allowed? You've never heard of that cliche? You were a no girls allowed boy? Nathaniel laughed, shaking his head. No, I most certainly was not. He was setting himself up for a tease. A hide in mom's skirts at preschool boy. I can see that, she laughed. So no kindergarten crush? Nah, I spent the time discovering crayons. You? Oh, Adrian. Duh. You went to the same kindergarten? He shouldn't be upset, but the news irritated him. Psh, no. Didn't stop me from running after him asking for kisses, though. She hadn't shied away from his arm on her waistline yet. The great Chloe Bourgeois. Forced to ask for kisses? That's a sight to see. I got the idea from Monsters, Inc. Nathaniel scrunched his eyebrows down. Monsters, Inc.? Because Boo would chase Sully around yelling, Kitty! He always struck me as more of a dog person. Adrian? You know, golden retriever energy. Maybe in an alternate universe, she scoffed. Come on, I think I have some expired fruit snacks somewhere. She stepped away from his touch, and he felt the loss of her warmth. Hey, Chloe? He asked, seeing the notebook next to the box of questionable snacks on the shelf. What? Can I... He walked the 3 steps to the broken crayons and colored pencils. Can I draw you? What, like right now? She may as well have rolled her eyes. Yeah, I want to. She looked back at him, then at the floor. Okay. The light was dim, but his glowing heart wanted to capture the moment. Grabbing the cup and the blue-lined paper, Nathaniel set himself up in the corner, sitting on a blanket with Sharpay Evans' face on it. He'd gotten so close to telling her he liked her just now, but even though this was a date, he didn't see it playing out in his favor. So, at the very least, Nathaniel could make another memory with her in a place she'd never admit to being as precious as it was to her. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 26 is on the way. In the meantime, you can check out these other videos for more fanfiction. You know the drill. If you're still listening for a comment, put kindergarten crayons. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!